the biggest question that a lot of you guys are asking is it too late to buy Solana? Will Solana correct? What is happening? Will it crash? Is it here to stay? Is this an artificial pump? Should I buy? Should I sell? What do I do? Should I hold long term for the next 2 years until the next bull market ends? What is happening? And in this video, we're going to be answering all your questions. We're going to be diving in some technical analysis. We're going to be diving in on CoinGecko, talking about market cap, volume, trends to see where Solana can potentially go in the near future. If you guys like this video, of course, don't forget to smash that subscribe button, leave a like, turn those notification bells on so you guys never miss a video. So having a look at Solana right now at the very moment in the last week, currently sitting at $63.83, and we know that it did peak all the way up to $65. Now we know right here for the past year, Solana has been increasing drastically, doing a 600% in the past year, I would say, right? It was at $10, under $10, and now it's sitting at $63.83. So over a 10x return on investment right here. So let's dive into the whole crypto bubble real quick. We could see that everything is looking green, bright green in the past week, in the past month, in the past year, and of course in the past day, things are looking a little bit shaky. Bitcoin, after peaking to $44,000, we are seeing some sort of correction, which is very, very healthy. And the big question is, where will Bitcoin go? So I will be talking about Bitcoin towards the end of this video because we know Bitcoin king, Bitcoin's the leader, and whatever Bitcoin does, altcoins usually follow, which is why we are seeing a slight pullback right here in altcoins. So let's dive in straight into CoinGecko. So having a look right here at Solana on CoinGecko, we could see that it is currently ranked number 6. Solana is a top 5 cryptocurrency if you were to take out USDT, right? We know USDT is a stable coin, but Solana right now, with being a top 5 cryptocurrency, sitting at a market cap of $27 billion. Now the 24-hour trading volume is quite high. Okay, it's $2 billion. So a lot of people are interested in Solana. A lot of people are into it, and a lot of people seems like they're bullish. Now, when you have a lot of volume traded, that's actually very bullish for a cryptocurrency. It means a lot of people are interested. There's volume, there's sellers, there's buyers, there is demand for this crypto. So things are looking obviously fantastic right here overall. Now, despite that Solana does have a lot of network issue, I'm not gonna lie, it's been a while since they had to restart the network, and since it's been congested. I know a bunch of times they had to restart it, they had to shut down, then shortly afterward the price of Solana tanked 10%, 15%. But of course, it's been quite some time since this has happening. Before, they had to literally do it every 2 months. Now it's obviously less than that, more than that, which is obviously pretty on that. Now we know Solana, guys, in the last bull market, we know what it did. It peaked to as high as $250. Okay, now the market cap of Solana right there at $250 was sitting at $75 billion, which is quite high. Now obviously, because the circulating supply has been increasing, it will be quite different. So if you do 63 times 2 right here, 63, right? This would give you a price of 126, and of course, if you do 27 billion times 2, this would give you $54 billion. Okay, so obviously, in order for the price of Solana to go back to the all-time high, the market cap would have to be very, very high. So if you do 425 right here, just a quick count, times 250, we know that the market cap would have to be $106 billion. So just for Solana to go back to $250, which would be a market cap, which back then was a market cap of $75 billion. The market cap now would have to be $106 billion because of its inflation. But that does not mean that Solana cannot reach $500 this bull market. I think that Solana could reach $500 this bull market. And obviously that would be pretty crazy. That brings a market cap of $210 billion. Now remember, you might ask yourself right here real quick, but wait, Bitcoin is sitting at a market cap of 846 billion, and Ethereum, it would be at the same market cap as Ethereum. But you also need to understand that when Solana does go to that high market cap of $210 billion, $220 billion, Ethereum will most likely be 500 billion, 600 billion, even 700 or $1 trillion, right? And Bitcoin, no brainer, is going to be at 3 trillion, maybe $4 trillion. Now we know in the last bull market there was $2 to $3 trillion, of money that flowed into crypto in about 2 years. So I wouldn't be surprised if the whole total market cap of the whole cryptocurrency would be anywhere between 7 to 10, even $12 trillion in the next bull run. Now, of course, assuming interest rate go down, that would only make things very, very bullish. So let's dive into TradingView to see what the price prediction is for Solana and a short technical analysis on Bitcoin. So to answer your question right here, is it too late or should I get into Solana right now? What's happening? Should I wait for a correction right here to maybe $50? Should I take the risk? Well, there's a few things that you need to consider. Number one, historically, every time we are overbought right here on the stochastic RSI, we usually tend to come down. So right here, we were overbought on the stochastic RSI. Guess what happened? We had a nice little correction from all the way, we peaked all the way to $34, all the way to $17. Okay, so that is over a 50% drop. Okay, now we had another one right here, but it wasn't as high. Obviously, we peaked all the way at $27, and of course the bottom did happen at $13. So we know historically that every time we essentially have these overbought signals, we usually come back down. Now, if you did buy Solana right here at the all-time high and you have been waiting and waiting and waiting for it to go back to $250, I would not do that. I would probably be accumulating Solana right now if you bought at the highs. When I mean at the highs, it's not 250, but it could be 160 as well. If you bought at these levels right here, it would not hurt to dollar cost average, because right now you have to essentially wait for Solana to keep pumping just to break even. Remember that, just to break even, okay? Between 150% to 300%. Now, assuming you kept buying Solana right here, you dollar cost average your levels right here, right here, and right here, your average could have been dropped all the way to $48. And instead of you dropping and coming back for Solana to go back all the way to 400% pump, $280, you would have been in profit right now by 45%. So that's why it's important to dollar cost average your position, because assuming you buy right here, and then you have a bunch of buys right here, 1 2 3 1 2 3, you could meet in the middle somewhere, of course, depending on how much you put and how many you bought right here. Of course, everything depends on that, but assuming you do the same amount, your average could be anywhere between here or even here, especially if you double down on buying way more on the lower time frame, because not on the lower time frames, on these lows right here. Because what a lot of people do is that they would see a crypto go up, and then they will literally go all in at the all-time high when you're supposed to be going all in at the all-time low. Now, this could be an all-time low, this could be an all-time low. Every time it dips like that, it could be an all-time low. So this is why you should never ever take a risk. Now, if you bought Solana right here, a fantastic buy opportunity would have been right here and right here. Even though we saw a massive dump right here, that is still a very good buy overall, because you're dollar costing average your position down. So like I said, is it too late? If you are a newbie, I would probably wait for a correction. Okay, I think Solana can come back down to $48, $49, maybe something like that. Of course, depending on what Bitcoin does. We're going to be talking about Bitcoin in just a second, because we know Bitcoin is king, Bitcoin's the leader, and whatever Bitcoin does, that's usually what altcoins will do, including Solana. So we're going to be having a look at that in just a second. But on the weekly time frame, it's looking pretty not bearish, but it's not looking bullish. It's looking pretty neutral. If Solana does manage to break above this level right here at $66, then we should see a massive move. What I would do, if you want to trade this, you could be like, okay, I'm gonna put a stop loss below 59, wait for a 48% or $48 target, which would save you approximately 20%. Or you could be like, okay, you know what, if it goes and cracks 66, I'm just gonna let it run and then come back and accumulate from there. So there's a bunch of situations where you can essentially do that. Right now, it seems like the trend is your friend on Sol. It seems like things are looking good and great. It's only a matter of time though before we see the next big move, whether it's to the downside or to the upside. So having a look at Bitcoin, that's really a crypto that I want to talk about, because Bitcoin is king and Bitcoin is the leader. Now, if you guys remember in my last videos, I told you guys that if Bitcoin manages to break above this level right here, which was probably psychologically the most important level, sitting at $32,000, because we had so much conflict right here. I said that if Bitcoin manages to break above that, we will see a massive move. And you guys can see right here, for the first time since 2015, Bitcoin has 8 green candles in a row. 8 green candles in a row. So obviously this could be a time for a correction or not, but I think that Bitcoin will go to as high as $47,000, $48,000 before seeing a correction to maybe back down to $40,000, or a nice little consolidation before seeing a massive altcoin season. So that is my short video, guys. Just a quick update on Bitcoin. The trend is your friend until it bends. We know that, there's no question. If Bitcoin does essentially come back down and retest $35,000, we would still be bullish. If we come back below $35,000, that would be bearish. If we come below $30,000 and we break this yellow trend line, that would be extremely bearish, and we should see Bitcoin retest $16,000. But as of right now, I don't see it happening. But of course, guys, if it does happen, I will be back and make an update for you guys. If you guys like this video, of course, don't forget to smash the subscribe button, leave a like, and I will